Yo, you have to be grateful for chat, which I am. Very grateful to chat. Dude, is this storm again? It's like the 4th time today. It's crazy. Yeah, and I also understand, of course, that everything everybody's saying is coming from a place of, you know, liking the stream and wanting to, oh, awesome. Very cool, opponent. It's all coming from a place of, I like the stream, I want to see Spike do well. I get it and appreciate it. Dude, I love Zoolander. Zoolander's so good. Well, Bloodsun's really good against us. We don't have an answer to this one yet. Do not play Lotus Field, please. Okay. Cool deck, opponent. I wonder what MTGO user brewed that up. No land to play. Yeah, I would love to hang out with you, Fran, one day. You know. There's just how do you even like make jokes about the global pandemic anymore? You know, it's so tiring. I'm so tired. I just have nothing witty left to say. Maybe I never did. Spike Con, yeah. I'm gonna make a 3/3 Shark here. They missed their land drop last turn, so if they miss it again, they can't play Teferi. If they do play Teferi, I will complain. But it'd be pretty cool if they like kill my Shark and then we just push their Shark and make, you know, maybe get a land from path. If they have Bolt, I guess making the 3/3 Shark is gonna look really foolish. You take this hit for sure. I don't know. I feel like we're pretty behind. I think we've got to start doing things. Like this doesn't make zombies until we draw one of our decays or trophy. And if they're playing my list, they don't play Teferi, Time Raveler, or Jace to tap out for. I guess they have Teferi now, I suppose. Well, they missed their land drop last turn, so I don't think we need to be like so afraid of Teferi. And if they do Teferi, we at least have like a little Shark in play, you know. Alright, do not Cryptic this. Cool. Didn't think that would work. That's a good draw. Kind of. No Shark is nice too. This matchup is bad, I think, for us. So if I snap Charm, I just like have to have a Cryptic Command, right? Is their hand all removal? Okay, now we can maybe go for Snap Charm next turn. Yeah, I think when we're behind, like they have a Blood Sun in play, they have more cards in hand than we do. Just like making the Shark and hoping to get a little lucky is good. You know, when you're behind, just things have to start going your way in Magic.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Moose, 4 months. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Is this not Shark Typhoon? It's a 2/2 Shark holding up Remand. No, holding up Tail's End. They don't play Remand if they're playing my list. Maybe making a smaller Shark afraid of Charm. Could be part of it. We need to find a Decay. I'll even take a trophy, but Decay is better, of course. Tails in this. Guess that makes sense. I'll push the Shark and hold the Thirst for Hero of Dominaria. Yeah, still a 2-for-1, but not like a super meaningful one. I'd love to get to Cryptic Hero of Dominaria. That'd be super nice. Poggers, dude. You even have the Oboro too. It's fine. Yeah, who's today's PogChamp? I don't recognize that one. I haven't seen the tweet yet either. Do you think Torrential Gearhulk has a place in historic or pioneer versions of Lotus Field? I don't know. You have Dig Through Time and you have Teferi Hero of Dominaria. I don't know that you need Gearhulk. Dig Through Time is pretty nice because it finds you your fields too. Field fuels dig. I didn't hear about that. 2.5 mil viewers is sick though. We're streaming Fortnite. Maybe I should learn how to play. So opponent's not playing my 75. That's good to know about. Am I gonna remand? I don't think. Yeah, just. Oh no, opponent. Ugh. Mistakes have been made. They don't have a. They don't have a white mana. No. Tap out for Teferi. Counter draw. I do think they have a Force, the way they've been playing. Kind of makes sense for them to have one. So we can remand the Force, yep. I think I'm just going to get a Cryptic Command instead of Charm. We can get a Charm next turn too. Okay. Opponent's had enough. Nice to win game 1. Oh, Needle is sick against them. It feels dirty bringing this in. Tail's End is bad. I guess it counters their Teferis. Counters their Sharks. Counters like a Flagstone's trigger. It's kind of could be good. I think I want the Decays and the Trophies. Trophy is good if they Blood Sun and Lotus Field and kills Teferi. Their deck is just so in on Teferi, Time Wrap, or Hero of Dominaria. The Veils, of course. I don't think I want any of the spot removal. Where we have Needles for Teferis, and we have Decays and Charms and Cryptics and our own Sharks and our own Jace for their Sharks. Yeah, Needle and Typhoon is good against them, but they can hard cast it. We also play Typhoons, which we can hard cast, but... Oh, yeah, sorry. I think I did want, like, Tails. Sorry, I wanted, like, 2 Tails in. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get some Tums. Kick my desk. Get some Tums real quick. Be right back. Too much espresso. Elder is not for the mirror. It's for, mostly Monastery, Swiftspear decks, humans, creature decks in general. We got a 5-mana zombie that pumps snow and zombie creatures. You can pay 3 snow mana to put it on the battlefield from the grave. That sounds cool. Goddess Girl has a deck tech. Let me pop that open. That's fine. Interesting. Legacy. Wait. This is Legacy, right? Lurrus is banned in Legacy still. It probably shouldn't be, but it's Lurrus is banned. So you have submitted an illegal deck. So first thing I do is make it legal by not playing Lurrus. Legacy Eggs is pretty interesting. You know, I don't have a lot of experience playing with eggs, and so I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how much help I can be. Like, you know, you have the it looks like you have the modern eggshell with Keenan to power up the mana, of course, and then you have kind of like a big upgrade in the form of a Lotus Petal. Like Lotus Petal seems really good in the shell. Guess we're gonna hardcast Force this turn. I like it, but it seems like you have a reasonable build here. I'm not sure that Banefire is the win condition I'd employ, although it seems fine. It does seem fine, just not necessarily the route I would go. I'd just do some more thinking and see if there's something better. Sideboard looks like really solid to me too, and like, yeah, the list looks fine. If this is like what you want to build, I honestly don't have notes. Besides the fact that Lurrus is not legal. Grapeshot could be better. Yeah, maybe Grapeshot's better than Banefire. Although Fluster Storm is a thing. Probably not a big deal. Oh yeah, can you play LED in that deck? Probably not. But maybe. I wish I had a different counterspell to use on this, of course, but with this naming Teferi, there's not a ton that they can just like untap and punish us with. I don't think Aether Gust is good in Legacy, and I don't think it sees play either. Pretty sure we're supposed to jam with them only having 1 mana up. If they force, that's fine. They'll go down to 3 cards. They force pitching Tail's End. And we don't really have much. I mean, we can hold up like Snap Remand, I guess, but seems loose. Bloodsun is good. Very good here. They don't have the Lotus Field, though. But that is going to hurt our chances of getting triple blue for these cards, for the time being at least. I think the new Tibalt is good. I think that like the front half of it is what you're casting most of the time, but casting the front half and like stealing an Uro and then turning it into Uro and attacking on turn 3 seems great to me. So I'm kind of down to try it out at least. Tail's End, I think. Can Remand a Cryptic. Yeah, the front half is just kind of decent, so I'm down to. I'm down to try out the Tibalt and Jund, or I know cascading it into is really good. I also don't think that I think the red black deck is pretty good too, so maybe you just don't need to like play it with Bloodbraid Elf. That's possible. It's not like you're gonna cascade into it that often. Okay, cannot crack the Delta. Opponent's hand is Force of Negation mystery card. Do we hold this for Field of the Dead? I think I'm going to. So I guess we're gonna go Snap Tail's End. Before they could maybe draw a blue card for Force. If we draw Decay, Assassin's Trophy, any non-blue fetch land, we're in good shape. Oh no, I targeted the wrong thing. Damn it. Just a misclick. Who cares if they get a 6/6 shark? They just can't draw a card, right? What a punt. I'm playing 2 Decay, 1 trophy. Yeah, I like Vraska Golgari Queen too, even though she's not super good. Yeah, I mean, we just... Yeah. Bloodsun pretty sick of this matchup. We have 1 more turn to draw. I guess 2 more turns to draw, just like any land. Even Uro is fine. But any blue land, any Decay or trophy should still put us in good shape, I think. Even with them having force. We have forces to fight over with. Well, I guess we'll see like how good the rest of their hand is. Okay. Obviously I misclicked there. The game could have continued. Just keep going. Yeah, I think Bloodbraid is better than Uro in the spell shift list JK. Looking forward to it. Yeah, we couldn't sack our fetch land because they had Bloodsun in play. So we didn't have triple blue. Do I think Gus is worthwhile for Bloodsun? We have Decay and Trophy, and Gus like only hits Bloodsun. So I'd rather, you know, we can counter Bloodsun. I don't think that we need to have Gust in. I guess that Gust also hits Valakut Awakening. It's maybe okay. I think I'm, especially as on the play though, Sun is also worse. Am I going to try Tibble's Trickery in a Jeskai build? Probably not, no. I do not, at the time of making this comment, believe Tibble's Trickery is a playable Magic the Gathering card. And if you're just trying to turn it into a counterspell with Teferi Time Raveler, just play Delay instead. So, not that interested, sadly. Very cool card. Do you have a counterspell deck with only red and white counterspells? I have a friend who has a Naya EDH deck. That's the theme. It's a Naya counterspell deck. If they have a dispute, I'm going to make them dispute on their upkeep. There's like really not much on turn 2 that they can tap out for that I need to like bluff counterspells for. I'm going to be using my fetch lands aggressively here because they play Bloodsun. And fetching also to play around Tail's End here. Yeah, I heard that Magic Aids put up a video today, but I haven't seen it. I'm sure you could do fun things. It's just like it doesn't seem very competitive to me. Maybe that's the word I should use, is competitive. I guess if I had played my land, I could have Tails Ended my Uro trigger. Huh. So that was a punt. I haven't seen the list, but I don't know. It's like it seems like treasure hunts, like the treasure hunt decks that are not good, but they're like a fun, goofy deck. You can play to FNM, and it's just probably not something I'm gonna spend a lot of time thinking about. Oh, sorry, not Memory Lapse. There's a white Memory Lapse that costs 1 more mana. It puts a spell on top of its owner's library. It's 3 mana. And so it's like, it's the white Memory Lapse, and I'm not, just not sure what it's called. Lapse of Certainty, yes, thank you. How's my deck's matchup against my other deck? I think that deck is favored, Jeskai. Bloodstone is just such a big deal. Let's pass it back, I think. Would Memory Lapse be broken in Modern? No. It'll be fine. Yeah, I think I am going for bounce land end of turn here, so I can try to escape Uro. Maybe with Force of Negation up. Maybe play Jace instead. We'll see. Memory Lapse may be better than Remand. They also have to discard a card if they don't do nothing here. Memory Lapse may be better than Remand if both were legal, but I would just have to play with both in the format before I really could tell you an answer, so... No, I don't know. It'd be good, though. My opponent makes a 2/2 Shark. They're going to counter draw. It's fine. Alright, an untapped land is real nice here, so I can't... I guess we just escape Uro to play around Force of Negation, right? Yeah. I have mana to escape Uro, and Uro in my graveyard, and enough cards. I'll just escape it. I don't need to think about anything else. This is Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I think we're just holding up Tailsin, because they can play Narset or Teferi. And Tailsin stops both. Yeah, Judge's Familiar is a cool card. Won a Pro Tour, I think. Yeah, the green-white deck played it right with the Civic Saber and the block-constructed Ravnica B team. Why Needle, not a Spyglass? So usually when you bring in Needle, like you know what you want to name with it. It's like Goblin Charbelcher, Salvage Titan, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, Expedition Map. All of these cards are more relevant, 1 mana versus 2. When you know what you want to name, you don't need to spend the extra mana to see the hand. And especially when you're bringing a Needle against Salvage Titan and Goblin Charbelcher, 1 mana matters a lot because you might just be dead before your second turn. Could name Shark Typhoon. But I have a Typhoon in my hand, so it doesn't seem very good to me. Could name Abandon Hope. Just really, oh, that's right. It also won the Mono Blue Devotion. That's right. That's right. Forgot about that. And I also built the Jeskai deck that they're playing, and their deck is very soft to Needle naming Teferi. We 4-1 last league, Matt. Don't remember what we lost to. I think we beat Storm in the last round. They're just going to counter draw. I think this is fine. I'll just, cast Jace the Mind Sculptor. It's pretty good. Oh, I thought I had a land to play. Guess a little less good. If we think they have protection for their threat, we could force and leave up Veil, maybe. We have a record counter now. Catch up. We're I think 8 and 3 on the day. No, 7 and 3. Final answer. This is our third league, match 1, and I think we're about to be 1-0 in this league. I'm gonna draw my Shark Typhoon instead of shuffling. I guess I want to attack before I brainstorm too. The Typhoon's underneath the Veil. So we'll draw the Shark, play the Hollow, Mystic Sanctuary, back Force of Negation, then brainstorm, and then win the game. It's just not as warped as it feels like the general perception is. And maybe that isn't the perception, and I'm just I have a wrong impression of what the general perception is. But modern feels relatively healthy. I think Uro should go, but I'm still having a really good time. It's like Infect that doesn't get lava darted. Yeah. With all on yes, only 69 channel points remaining. Nice. Please get this 4-1. I still owe you after the cruel ultimatum. I don't owe anyone when I get a yes. If you bet against me, I don't feel bad. I'm gonna shock here. I guess I am. I don't know. Seems kind of close. I'm gonna get Watery Grave. This is like pretty bad if we draw Spiral, but then maybe we can just get Triumph here. Then our mana's perfect or really good at least. We can go Snap push next turn. Current record is 1-0. This is game 1 of match 2. Are we gonna 4-1 or better? Seems like really good EV to vote no. With just the current odds. 4-1 the last league, 7-3 on the day so far. Opponent does only have 2 cards in their hand. I guess they must have mulliganed, right? Yeah, they mulled a 6, but they're up to 4 because of the bobble. If my opponent casts a discard spell, I'll force pitching Shark Typhoon. Yeah, no, I think it was an easy no with like 4-1 odds. 35,000 on no, hell yeah. They put Lurrus into their hand. Huh. I guess we need to save the Revolt, huh? Feels really bad though. Maybe punish there. And his Lurrus mystery card. Pretty happy if they end up discarding Lurrus. So I think I'm going to block a Bomat and then push the Swift Spear. Let me go to blocks first. Last card is Lurrus. So let's see what we draw. I might Mystic Sanctuary Force to like save Jace from a burn spell off the top. Yeah, I think I am playing Jace over Uro here, but it's sadly close. It's pretty sad how close it is, honestly. I think I probably want to pitch one of the 2 Uros, right? If I have to force. They have 2 baubles in the graveyard. If they only had 1, it might be like interesting to force. Are they going to play a bauble or a thread? They play a Bomat. It's kind of good. So we could minus on Lurrus and then decay this Bomat in their draw step. Probably just better to brainstorm and try to go Uro plus decay this turn though. And I guess I really want to do that this turn and just escape Uro next turn. So I'll play Uro first to see the most number of cards I can. We did hit. Shuffle. Just decay the Lurrus. Decay's been pretty good in the format for me recently. I'd recommend playing some if you're a black and green deck. If you are a black and green deck, not if you're playing one. Why no kill? Good question. If I force, I guess we're pitching Uro. That way we can Uro plus snare up for like a Scourge. Or if they play Scourge this turn, maybe like TBR. Size redeemed a hat. It's been a while since we have a hat. Which one would you like? Hat for your birthday? Happy birthday. Dealer's choice. Good answer. Well, we are playing Shark Typhoon today. And this is also the one I have handy. Does make everything a bit orange, but worth it. It was worse. Yeah, no Ephemerate in Historic does make the Bant Ephemerate deck worse. Ephemerate is a hell of a Magic card. It is cool that you tried it out, though. Opponent has revealed Mutagenic Growth. Not a very good card, I think, to have now. Saving your points for the Wizard hat? Yeah, I think Esther bought one today. That was a really good suggestion. I can't remember who suggested it. Was it you, Cups? If you're still in chat, 4 hours later, let me know. No, yeah, but it was a good suggestion. Esther was like immediately on board. Oh, I also meant to buy a Viking hat for when Kaldheim comes out. But Esther is gone, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You just don't have to. Yeah, it's fine. We can still block a Bomat Courier here. I should get a PO box, maybe. I don't feel like it'd be worth it. I guess we actually blocked this one. We know they have Mutagenic Growth, so we don't want to block Bob, I think. The orange just makes it look like you're in a Zack Snyder movie. I think that's a compliment. Does anybody want to talk about Batman v Superman with me? I was so hyped for it. I was really, really hyped for Batman v Superman. And I was underwhelmed with the release. But the more I think about it, the more I actually think I like the movie. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. But I remember not liking it when it came out and watching it. I liked parts of it. I liked the boring 2 hours of talking. I thought that was fine. I'm not a Lex Luthor fan, so Mark Zuckerberg as Lex Luthor didn't really bother me. But actually, I think I just liked Batman v Superman, and it wasn't a good movie, but I liked it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I know that it wasn't a good movie. I watched it, and my brain is saying this is not a good movie, but I like it. Am I gonna watch the Snyder Cut of Justice League? I haven't seen Justice League, and I don't really plan on seeing it. But maybe. So I think I'm going to Sanctuary back Spell Snare. Mostly as a blue card. I guess maybe we could have just gotten Decay. Whatever. Play this to gain some life. And I'm going to Archmage's Charm the Bomat Courier so my opponent doesn't get 4 cards. And they probably seal a fire their own Bob. Maybe they just say I need to get a little lucky and they don't do that. But they can't crack their fetch, so we get to keep the Bomat. And this is also a lethal attacker. Yeah, they probably can't. There's no way they can seal a fire their Bob. They have to get lucky to win this game. Good call, opponent, to not seal a fire. Not that they were likely to win, but they made the play that was more likely to translate to a win, I think. Which you got to respect. Alright, if my opponent, I'm going to bring in just 2 Gust. If my opponent does not reveal Luris, we'll know they have Blood Moon in their deck, and we can go from there. Yeah, if you crack a stolen Bomat, they get the cards. My opponent did not reveal, or did reveal Lurrus, so no Blood Moon. No, the Bomat was tapped, so we couldn't steal it pre-combat and win. Athena's left the room. She was in here like most of the morning. Athena, do you want to come back in here? She probably doesn't, honestly. Once she leaves, she's like just like stuck in bed for the rest of the day. Summon the Hound. I'm trying. Scourge would be bad for us here. Maybe I didn't play around Scourge very well, but they don't have it. Athena! I don't even have anything to bribe her with. Might have to get a refund going. No, she's not coming. Can somebody rebound noob? We'll get her a pet later. If there's any mods in chat who can redeem the Pet Athena request. Yeah. She was here all morning. I moved her dog bed underneath the desk, which she seems to like. But once she leaves, like, she's just not coming back for a while. She's kind of finicky like that. Maybe I was supposed to play Island, because now I can't Mystic Sanctuary here. This feels kind of bad. Give her some of those Star Wars snacks I had? Star Wars snacks? Star Wars snacks. I don't remember having whatever that is. Star Wars snacks. They're drawing a blank. Damn, Scourge, two Scourges as like their two non-Lurrus cards is so hard to beat here. I mean, we're technically not dead if we block Scourge and gain 3 life. But they get to Lurrus, Plex, Swift Spear. But we're technically not dead. We'll play it out. No, I mean if I put Charm on top, whatever. It's just we could be dead. It's fine. Go to game 3. And they did not reveal they revealed Lurrus, so I'm gonna go down on Aether Gust. I'm gonna play, I think, either the second Jace or the first Remand on the play. First Remand on the play is okay. Sounds good. So I'm probably fetching for Watery Grave. Mana's really good this game. Goodbye, Snapcaster. I barely knew ye. Watched a really well-made YouTube essay about the music of Star Wars and how Rise of Skywalker was a disaster musically. It's probably something I'd be interested in listening to. I don't know. I'm done. I'm done thinking about Rise of Skywalker, but one of my best friends has a music composition degree. I know he'd like it a lot. I might try to block that with a shark. Jalen, are you in the chat? Probably not. He was in the chat last week. My composer friend. I think my oldest friend. Or my friend that I've known the longest. That block feels really nice. It's basically Electrolyze. That's scary though. This feels really bad because now we just don't have an answer for Lurrus, but that's what we're supposed to do. and try to draw an answer for Lurrus. Our deck is, you know, just all answers, of course. Goodness. Well, if we were at one more life, this would get to kill Scourge and would be so good, but we are not. Well, that's an answer for Lurrus at least, and it stinks that they have Spell Bomb for Uro, but doing okay, maybe. So they exile my graveyard, and then if they have something better than putting Lurrus into their hand, they'll do that, or they'll just put Lurrus into their hand. Yeah, if I had done the Spider-Man Uro impression, surely that wouldn't have happened. We're doing okay here. We're doing okay. If we draw like a Fatal Push here, we're actually pretty ahead. Maybe. Gargaroth. Alright, I'm gonna wait on the Gargaroth until hopefully I get to Cryptic Command this Lurrus. If I don't get to Cryptic Command Lurrus, it's a disaster that I didn't play Gargaroth, but especially because Gargaroth can gain 3 and kill the Scourge. But if I can Cryptic Command Lurrus, it'll have all been worth it. Damn it. Probably cast Shadow. I don't have Revolt. I can turn on Revolt with Oboro. Or with that. It's been a good game, at least. Alright, now is the turn that you can draw a discard spell opponent. There's a Spider-Man Uro impression. Yeah, it's a bit deep, though. It's very artistic. It's basically Uro when you top deck in the late game is Spider-Man from Spider-Man 2 holding the train. Ah! It's cool that the viewers are bouncing back after Streamlabs crashed. It's always good to see. Opponent can attack with both. I mean, attacking with Scourge is a bit scary. Am I blocking here? I don't think so. Well, if we don't block, then this becomes an 11 power creature. They don't play Street Wraith. They gain 3 life. Let's draw a card. Hopefully they didn't draw Thoughtseize. If we draw a green source, we get to kill Scourge, so I think we're supposed to play Uro. We didn't, but this is fine. Oh, sorry, we can't escape the Uro. Surprised I didn't put push on top. I felt like Cryptic Command to like tap their 2 creatures was going to be more relevant, but maybe I was wrong. So if they have a land, it's probably better to counter bounce than it is to counter draw. We'd also pick up a Oboro here and not discard anything. We can also like pick up Mystic Sanctuary and discard that.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Marcus, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day today. Thanks, buddy. I really don't want to get my Fatal Push Croaksud. I'm going to counterbounce the Scourge. This does mean I'm not escaping Uro this next turn, but I think it's fine. We can escape Uro next turn by picking up a Oboro and discarding it to Croaksud. Just guarantee that we can do that. Been a really good game. It's one of the better games we've played today, I think. So they have land, they can Kroxa or Scourge or play their other card. Every game with this deck. So here's a question. Do we take the 3 from Kroxa in order to be able to guarantee Uro escape? I don't think that we do, because they have Scourge. Oh, I should push now, because they know it push. And they could draw Apostle's Blessing. That's funny, Lockhart. Wait, can they kick Scourge? That's 7 mana. They don't have 7 mana. They can just escape Kroxa again, though. And play Scourge. We need, what, Spiral to fetch? No, we only need 1 more card in our yard to escape Uro. We can discard Oboro to Kroxa now. In a close game. Ooh. Escaping this. If I hadn't only have the Oboro in play. Okay, I could discard that to Kroxa. Alright. They have 1 card in their hands. They have a draw step. They have a Sunbait Canyon. We're very unlikely to die. Oh, their last card was push. It's pretty good. Down to 4. Now this is much bigger. Reign of Gore, golly. I declare everything to be fine. We've looked into it and it's fine. Okay, so we can Aether Gust Reign of Gore or Kroxa. We could roll this City Uro. I need to gust that, I guess. Oh no, we can't escape her. We're 1 card short. But we could go to 1 and then make a zombie and then block. Dead though. All right, so I have to win out to get the channel points. But I also have played many Swiftspear decks, just not on stream. Keep this. Keep that Triome. Swiftspear mid-range has a lot of room for innovation. If you're talking about like the mono red Obosh, like maybe. Although I think it's still possible that those decks might just be nonsense. I'm not sure yet. I think that they're fine, but you know, I go where the wind takes me. I'm not saying I will never play a Monastery Swiftspear deck. Bant Stoneblade. Man, I've been really trying to figure out how I would like to build Bant Stoneblade, so I'm excited to get to play against it. Maybe get some ideas. I think I'm a little bit worried about Teferi Time Raveler, so I'll leave up Force here instead of like spiraling now to see if we find a push. Yeah, I'm just like not that scared of Batterskull. Need to get a lot of mana here. Ideally, we can find something to do with this mana, but I haven't quite done that yet, I guess. Maybe I could have Sanctuary Decay. I feel like decaying the Swiftspear, though, just doesn't matter that much. If they they get the Batter Skull into play. Oh, was I supposed to hardcast this? I was, wasn't I? Oh, it's pretty bad if they have mana leak. Yeah, although I feel like this was a moment that hardcasting was pretty good. We'd also just try to make this Shark a 5/5. I think either way, we're just not... Like, if we need to force a Jace here, then we're pretty happy to just cast Force plus Spiral. So it's like, are we going to make a 4/4 Shark? Or we're going to cast Spiral and hope to make a bigger Shark next turn and block the Germ. I think let's try to do that. We're like pretty likely to be able to make a 5/5 Shark. And also, like, if we're drawing lands, we're really happy that we waited, as opposed to if we draw spells, like, we can draw a spell that we can do something with, you know what I mean? Bad, of course, if our opponent plays a Hierarch or if they have a sword, but I don't think they have a sword. Uh-oh. They have a Coco? They're Brant Coco Blade? Oh, Ice Fang. Ice Fang is pretty good against sharks. Wow. Yeah, maybe this was the better line than hard casting. I think it's kind of close. I think hard casting was fine there, though. Just not sure. We have a Force to protect this. No, these are a huge problem. Although maybe we can, if they don't have another basic, we can like block one, push the other. Can also just cut a raise. Well, we had Force of Negation, so it doesn't lose to Teferi, but yeah, it does lose to like any counterspell for sure. Guess my opponent can reset the skull. Oh, they have not sequenced correctly. What you're supposed to do here is you're supposed to activate Stoneforge Mystic and then hold priority and then activate her again. Or then activate the Batter Skull, so that way this doesn't happen. It's an older trick, but it checks out. If we find an Uro, we don't really need to worry about dying to Ice Fang beats. I also should have tapped Overgrown Tomb instead of Sunken Hollow, and now I'm getting punished because I can't hold up Hardcast Force. Although we can snap Decay Queller, I guess. Second Queller would be bad. Couldn't force a Queller anyways, kind of funny. Didn't get actually punished. So now do we play around another Ice Fang? I guess if they play an Ice Fang, I'll just counter it with Cryptic Command. Get attack. Just not very interested in blocking. But I'll let this go. Yeah. Yeah, it does look like what we lost here in the finals of the challenge, like, a few months ago. Maybe I need to find that list. I've been thinking about Bant Stoneblade daily, and I just can't put a list together that I like. I've been trying really hard. I'm gonna draw two. I feel like my opponent has a counterspell. I think we can wait on the draw two. Yeah, maybe Queller is good right now. I just don't see it. I don't know. There's like a million billion bolts and pushes, though. It is the same opponent. It might be. Actually, recognize the turtle icon. Steal a T. I like TSP Gendrix's list, and I might just play his, but I also have other ideas that I've had, and I've just been trying to figure, like, different things out than Gendrix's list, and I haven't been able to. But he was on the stream the other day. We were talking about it a bit. I think he's got, like, a really good way to build it. He would try to maybe innovate a bit, and been failing to. It's like maybe I should be using I'm gonna use Force here, actually. Yeah. I can pay for Mana Leak if they have a Mana Leak. And holding the Cryptic feels safer to me. Still have not found my hero Uro. That's fine. We can take 2 more. And then panic. They play both birds and noble. Yeah. Maybe I'm supposed to remand there just to make sure I can remand something. That'll be fine. Thanks for checking on that, Simon. I mean, 1 is not 0. That's not a good draw. Let me go counterbounce my Snapcaster. Hope their last card isn't Path, which it absolutely could be, but it's not. Okay. So I'm going to tap their team and bounce Snapcaster in their upkeep. Oh, the last card is Batterskull. Forgot. So we can just trophy it. But they have something better than Batterskull here. Shit. What do they have? If I didn't bounce, then I have lethal. I mean, I can still have lethal if I just recast the Snapcaster. Which is what I'm thinking about right now. I feel like their deck just, there's like no way it plays Shark Typhoon. It could be Cryptic Command. Yeah, it could be another Queller, so I think it's maybe good to play Snapcaster. Okay. I don't know. We'll never know. Yeah, I think I was gonna snap push the one of the Ice Fangs, and I could just decay the other Ice Fang if they're on a counter spell there, instead of being on a creature. Not sure that that would have been good, but that was my plan. After you bounce Snappy, they didn't. I mean, no, casting the Batterskull just blocks. They don't know about the Assassin's Trophy, do they? They get to block and survive. Oh no, I can counter the skull, of course. Right. Makes sense. If they leave in Path against me, Gargaroth's gonna be great. I guess I could also bounce it with Teferi. Something like this. Yeah, I know there's a shark on my head, but if you don't acknowledge it, it can't see you. So I'm trying to just play it cool before it sucks all the blood out of my head. And hoping that Esther comes through with a broom. Just smack the shit out of it when she gets home. I'm going to play around Tail's End, of course. Like everyone should in every game. Yeah, the game tracker updates automatically, which is great. Really, really like that. I'll also Tails in their fetch if they fetch EOT. Maybe I'm supposed to play Delta, so I have outs to Charm next turn. How did I go about that? A beautiful man named Fran said, "Hey, Everett, would you like this game tracker?" And I said, "Yes." Now I have it. I don't know who made these, but I know it uses MTG bot to function. That's about all I know. Nice. Dude, snakes are so good against sharks, it's unfair. I demand sharks to be as good as snakes. Thanks, Shane. How you doing today, bud? I think it's the most mana efficient thing here to make a 1/1 shark and then spiral. And I think a 1/1 shark is going to be about as good as it gets because there's 2 snakes over there. Do you want to counter a land? I don't think so. We didn't draw an Uro last game. Scary card. Can pay for mana leak, and most counter spells that they play here besides Veil of Bummer would, at the very least, stop them from equipping this turn. Wait, they quellered their own sword? Was that what they wanted to do? Is that a genius play or a mistake? I can't tell. That's awesome. Wow. I am aghast. Is that what they meant to do? I can't tell. Maybe. It's kind of interesting. I mean, very interesting. Feels like maybe it's a bit rude to ask. Did you mean to do that, you know? Just really hoping I got to kind of counter a 2-mana counter spell. Okay, this is fine too. Alright, can I find an Uro, please? Let me draw 2. Those are a weird 2 cards, dude. They only have 2 cards in their hand. Say chat is asking. I also think that's a bit douchey. Like, hey, I'm a streamer, and my chat wants to know, did you make this play on purpose, or was that a mistake? Let me know. If you just pop into twitch.tv/aspiringspike, that's where I stream, by the way. Could you let me know if that was a mistake or on purpose? You know what I mean? Just a bit lame. There we go. It's a live Uro impression. Yeah, the voice makes it sound douchey, and I mean, how else am I gonna do it?
Welcome, Spikelings, to the Shark Typhoon.
I think we wait on the Uro escape because I really want to remand their Uro. We could also hold up Decay. Yeah, wait a turn. Clogarg, thank you for Twitch Prime. Appreciate you. Subscribing for the Uro impression. It looks like the Spell Queller has a sort of Feast and Famine, which is so funny. Yeah, I guess we Decay this Queller though. It's kind of awkward if they have Veil. We can't even remand our own Decay. But they have to do something, or they die. How about, I mean, I know why they would Queller their own Feast and Famine, right? Because they don't want to have their Queller just die and me get my charm back. I think I'm just going to Uro over Jace here. This lets us keep up Cryptic. No, this is the same either way. But it does play around Force a bit better. Play Remand over Mana Leak just as long as Uro is around. Just play Remand over Mana Leak. Well, they get to Uro here. Thanks, Duke. Any argument just holding up Cryptic and Remand and casting instead of casting a spell? Maybe. Maybe. I think this was fine. Also make them have another blue card as their last card. Oh, we have another, return another Remand. That's so funny. Yeah, you just keep pitching, I'll keep remanding. They're out of cards, we win. I don't know, every time I play against an Uro deck and I have Mana Leak in my deck, I just regret all my decisions that led up to that point. So second time playing against Mono Green Tron. I think this is a bad matchup, but we did beat it earlier and it's definitely winnable. And the needles in the sideboard do help the matchup. I've been listening to the Karate Kid soundtrack all day today. Me and Esther are watching it tonight. She's never seen it. I'm so fucking pumped. I've been watching Cobra Kai for the first time, and she's never seen Karate Kid. So second push is about to draw. It's gonna be a good time. You got Natty Tron. They kept 7. They do have Tron. Bummer. It's definitely a card to force, right? Let me see if there's a better blue card underneath the Spiral to pitch. Thoughts on Edo's Rakdos midrange? It's good. I like it. Crane Kicker. I'll train her to be the most powerful partner in the whole world. Alright, let's hold up Cryptic Command here instead of Uro. But if I did play Uro, I was going to Fatal Push my own Uro to put a card in the graveyard. It's a play I've made a few times, and it never feels good, but it's like correct, I think. So if we draw a fetch land and can go get back Force of Negation with Mystic Sanctuary and play Jace, oh, that works too. This is going to be pretty good, hopefully. I feel like Rakdos midrange is just a worse version of Obosh Red. It's possible that that's true. That has not been my impression of it, but it is possible that's true. I don't want to pitch the Uro, but I will. Uro's willing to sacrifice himself for the city, for the village. He's just a hero like that. Okay. Guess they're getting Sanctum. They gave you a Blast Zone. If they're out of gas, if they just have 2 Karns and then air. They got Tower? What? I guess they made. I bet they have another Urza's Mine in their hand, and they just don't want to get broken up off of Tron. Yeah, pitching Earl to Force is Spider-Man getting run over by the train. So sad. Now Ulamog isn't even all that bad because we can like counter it and bounce the Jace, lose a land. They have Ulamog. They already had enough mana to Ulamog, so I don't think them getting Tower was an indicator that they have it. Unless I'm missing something. We also naturally drew both Sanctuaries, which is kind of funny. Yeah, you're good, Hitachi. But I think them getting a tower means that they just have a mine in their hand and that they don't want to get Field of Ruin or like Assassin's Trophied off of Tron. If you know they're making the correct play. They do have the Ulamog, so what do I know? Not the end of the world. Do I start plussing Jace soon? No, just keep brainstorming. Alright. Cannot get rid of these pushes. Get out of here. Alright, force blue card is pretty nice. Instead of getting rid of the pushes, though, we find a third one. We're fighting, though. Yeah, people go after Sanctuary too aggressively, in my opinion. Especially when I have two, like you're only exiling one in this spot. I don't know. Did I talk about Mystical Reflection? It's a weird card. I have to like think about it a bit more. Don't have main deck Tails End anymore. Did for a little bit. But we're just doing okay, you know. With Force of Negation, blue decks can just try to get out of here. I don't want you anymore. Fatal pushes. But blue decks can just try to counter everything that the Tron player does. I just need to reread Reflection. I don't remember exactly what it does. I mean, I think that they have to target one of the exiles at Jace. Yeah, Brainstorm every turn helps you counter everything, but Force of Negation like really helps you brainstorm every turn. Is this an 8/8 Ballista? If I get another brainstorm, I'm gonna be so happy. This is Emrakul, I'm gonna be less happy. Tap all your mana. Untap all your mana. I'm playing Tron. Oh wait, they punted with Blast Zone. I just noticed. That's feels bad. Yeah, it's definitely Walking Ballista, which is pretty remandable. Time Walk. Maybe afraid of the Scarab God, perhaps? Alright, let's draw the fourth push and no way to shuffle. Oh, thank goodness, get out of here. I am out of Mystic Sanctuaries, but finally we get to shuffle away the pushes. At least two of them. Our opponent just made a mistake. I was joking. They did not mean to put this many counters on. They put 4 counters on because this costs 4, but it starts with 1, is I imagine what happened. I remember a couple of weeks ago, there was another streamer in chat, and we were playing against Tron, and our Tron opponent made a mistake, and there was another streamer in the chat who said, Tron players, Keck W. And all I did was read that. I said Tron players kick W, and then someone else in the chat said, man, it's pretty shitty for you to make fun of other people's decks. But all I did was read chat. But it was I don't know. Dude, Wormcoil is pretty good here. Okay, I'm gonna try to draw Field of the Dead or Uro here. It's a bit awkward though that we don't get to shuffle. Pretty shitty of me to read chat, yeah. I'm trying my best to be a grateful streamer, but sometimes my old ways get the better of me. Push my own token. That's probably worth it. Although we might get to push a Ballista. I don't know. Their life total doesn't matter as much. I might start plussing Jace if I draw an Uro. I'm gonna cycle the Remand too. We've gotten to brainstorm like 8 times with this Jace or something crazy like that. But we need to find more action before we start plussing, of course. That's action. I mean, Fatal Push is doing something, so I'll keep it. We had to force pitching in a row. We still have 2 in the deck though. They've already cast an Ulamog. They probably have 1 more Eldrazi in their main deck, if I have to guess. I guess I don't have to guess. Nobody's making me. Yeah, now I want the push. Let's let this go. It is bad if they hit an Eldrazi here, but it's not the end of the world. We can just counter and bounce whatever they target. Karn liberated. Yeah, I just get to get the threats out of their deck, you know. Why you keep Snare? I don't know, dude. Doesn't really matter, I think. Next turn we can triple block the Worm Coil. Yeah, it does counter Sylvan Scrying. I think it's better than a fetch land that we put back. Yeah, I'm actually going to counter draw instead of counter bouncing Sanctuary because we need to play a fetch to triple block Worm Coil. I know this means we don't have a counter spell in our hand, but we have 1,000,000 in our deck and, you know, digging for Uro if we do this, so. I might start plussing Jace now. I think this is fine. Guess we put that on the bottom. Bombed a Karn, they drew a Karn, but the bigger one. So I'm gonna go Snapcaster, counter Karn, bounce Snapcaster. And we can deal with the Worm Coil by triple blocking and using push and decay. Yeah, our opponent messed up with the zone. Probably gonna brainstorm one more time. Not sure. See what we draw, I guess. Oh, I should not have F6'd. It's okay, we'll just kill these. Yeah, we just have so many cryptics. We have, I guess, only 1 more cryptic, but we have 2 more counter spells in our hand here. They control that. I'll snare it. Should we hold Bloodchief's Thirst? I don't think so. It's like we can't let a Planeswalker resolve anyways, so it's not like we're gonna let Karn or Ugin resolve and then we're gonna push. But I suppose Decay doesn't do a ton either. Alright, so these are the 6 cards I want. Pretty sure this is how I sideboarded it earlier today. We won. Just trying to think if maybe I want the Decay over the 4th Spiral, the 2nd Decay. I don't think so. I think I only want 1 Decay, probably. Alright. On the draw for game 2. This hand's very slow, with no cheap interaction, but it does have some acceleration. I think I'm going to keep. Opponent's mold to 6. No, you don't want to keep in Bloodchief's Thirst to try to reactively spend 4 mana at sorcery speed to kill Karn or Ugin. It's just not a good exchange, especially when you get to bring in all these Tails End that spend 2 mana reactively, you know, to counter it. Yeah, I'm really digging this swamp. I feel like it matches the Assassin's Trophy really well. I was trying to find like a forest and an island that went well with it, and I kind of failed to do so. They kept 6 cards. They have a turn 1 map. We do need to draw certainly some interaction. This is going to be a turn 3 Cryptic, I guess. See if they play around Tail's End. They don't. Do we draw Tail's End? No. How about that Lauren Swamp Panorama with the islands? Well, the problem is I want to match this swamp, and I only play 1 swamp. So I want to match it with forests and islands. But there are, like, you know, sets of Magic lands that I've played in the past. That I like. I like the Kamigawa promos a lot. Might be a quick game too. It's possible I was supposed to mulligan this. Just draw Force of Negation, 5 head. 5 head, easy peasy, no problem. Force of Negation right here, right now. Right. A player may concede the game at any time. The player who concedes the game leaves the game immediately, and that player loses the game. I think on the play I want the second Decay. Did I get it in time? It did. That way I could just Decay a map on the play. Kind of a similar hand. I think I'm still keeping. Put mulls to 6. Obviously this hand needs to definitely needs to draw some interaction, but if we can go like turn 3 Uro plus Tails End, it's gonna be so good. And our opponent's mulled to 4, which is also good. Mull to 3. Poggers. Although we could lose to a mull to 3. I don't think they just have Tron, because they would have just kept Tron and, you know, their mull to 3 would have been resolved very quickly if they just have Tron. Yeah, I've lost to Tron when they've mulled to 3. I yielded until end of turn. I yielded until end of turn. What are you gonna do, man? I guess. They named Delta, whatever. Fine. I didn't play around it. What do you want? The mull to 3, turn 1 needle named Delta. Cool. We do get to Uro with Remand up here, which is nice. Yeah, power plant, that would have been so devastating if they had the nuts. Okay, because we have the Sunken Ruins, we can't Decay the Needle here, but we could Decay the Needle next turn. I think escape Uro. They can't replay the Stirrings. I think it's good to Remand it. Now we get to Decay Needle, escape Uro, and Mystic Sanctuary Remand and have that up. It's pretty good. The big old shark coming down soon. Might not be good to Remand this. I think it's okay. It's like only bad if we like really whiff and like just draw 3 lands in a row, but if we drawing 3 lands in a row, it's, you know, we're still not doing well. So now I think we let this resolve. Just make them have a lot of pressure, or we're just going to make a huge shark and kill them. We have exactly lethal. They revealed Urza's Mine. I believe we have lethal. Let me just double. Yeah. 8 plus 6. Yeah, I really like this swamp. I'm into it. That's 14, baby. The Blisteringly Fast, turn 7 kill out of Sultai. Blistering speed. Unbelievable. My modern is a turn 7 format. Sneep. Is Tron even playable? I think it's okay. No, it's worse than it's been in the past for sure. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment about how the thumbnail is misleading and how I made a misplay, and then leave a timestamp about a misplay that I made, and then make a top 5 YouTube video about the top 5 favorite misplays I made in this league. Timestamp the Twitch VOD and then tag me on Twitter, gamers. Blood Moon is pretty scary, but we can Archmage charm it. Lockhart has redeemed a confidence boost. All the confidence boosts have been for me lately, which is cool. We'll see if Lockhart's is for Lockhart though. They go for Bloodbraid Elf into Sprawl, so that's a lot of mana. How am I excited to combo with this card and Eater of Days? Oh my goodness. Alright. Which one is Eater of Days? That's what I thought it was. Oh, when an ETB skipped the next 2. Okay. I'm excited for the Dono deck. Looking forward to it. No, we don't steal the elf because if they just have a land to play, we get Blood Mooned. You may skip your next 2 turns is a pretty incredible line of text, I will say. It's a pretty good one. Alright, have Spiral Tron. It's pretty good. We can even ambush. We can ambush the Bloodbraid Elf with the Field of the Dead. I think I'm gonna say no to this though. Bounce Forest. Now they only have 3 cards in their hand. Maybe I should bounce the Forest. I don't. We know they have Blood Moon. I really don't want to get Blood Mooned. I'll counterbounce the Blood Moon. How's that? And then die to the second Blood Moon. Bad sequencing. I guess if we go tap, bounce, tap their creatures, bounce the forest, we can't get mooned this turn. Okay. This plays around double Blood Moon, which they probably don't have, but seems fine. So that has Moon Mystery card. Get to play Jace and Brainstorm. Why did we tap? So we tapped if their hand is land Blood Moon, we get Blood Mooned. But if we tap, that doesn't work. And we were streets ahead, so like I think we were supposed to play around the only thing we lose to, which I'm pretty sure is land plus moon. But what do I know? You know what? Is there a way we could just like side out all of our triple blue cards? I usually don't like Jace very much against them, but says I always sigh when I get paired against you. Is that a trash talk or a compliment to my play? I mean, Jace is bad in this matchup. They only had the Force and taps. They would play a land. Oh, you're right. You're right. We could bounce drawn. I guess that's why my opponent sighs. Could Needle Arbor Elf. I really want to try to figure out... I really just want to cut all my triple blue cards. And just not sweat Blood Moon so much. Tails encounters Spyro, ETB, Cascade Trigger, and neither of those are great to counter. I don't think I want Thirst. But just like not having any double blue cards besides Force. I guess we still have Uro. Okay, I'll submit this. I'll submit this. I mean, yeah, Tails and hits Chandra, but they don't play very many cards like that usually. Just too narrow, I think. If we see Karn, I'm kind of down for Tails End. We'll see if our opponent knows to crack Relic. We played against the mono red player earlier who just refused to crack Relic. We were able to snap Archmage Charm, snap Fatal Push, and they also like sacked Blaststone on one with Relic in play and like had a mana available to crack the Relic and just didn't. It's funny. Not too afraid of Moon. If they Moon, they lose their Utopia Sprawl. All the graveyard hate. And, you know, we do have, admittedly, you know, 3 cards that care about being in the graveyard, but, you know, we could just trade 2 drops if we want. I'd like to draw a land. That is a land. But it's not a blue one. Just pass, I guess. Aether Gust the stomping ground, I wish. We do have a basic land of each type. We're doing better against Blood Moon right now than our opponent. It's kind of funny. If we gust this and they can play their last card, it's just kind of a disaster. I'll just let it go, I guess. Yeah, they had to discard their Boil. No attacks. Smart. Is Rin and 6 matter? I don't think it matters enough that I'm like need to kill it here, so I'll just like see if I draw a blue source to gust or not. Draw's been a bit awkward this game. It's another blue source, it's nice. You know, we could have brought in Tails in our own Uro triggers. That actually seems shockingly relevant in this matchup. I'm gonna draw step, gust the Uro. Oh, sorry, the Ren. Maybe the Ren just doesn't matter that much. But I feel like they'll put it on top. They put it on the bottom. That's also fine. I hope. They can probably never cast Blood Moon this game, too. Alright. It's an interesting draw. So one more fetch land off the top, and we can play and escape Uro here. So if we hit a fetch land off of Uro, we can play and escape it, right? Or if they just don't tap Relic, which they're going to, of course. I think that's like good enough for me, right? Nice. That's good too. So, and if they sack their relic now, like they also this, I guess they just have to tap it. They're gonna boil. Okay, so now we get to go snap, spiral, and just like at least get a value out of the Snapcaster. And Uro still is in the graveyard, and we get zombies, so I'm feeling good. Boil will be, you know, bad for us, but they don't have it. Or if they have it, they should boil in response to field triggers. And, you know, if they Blood Moon, we have a ton of basic lands, and they lose 2 mana for their sprawls. That's a good card, though.
What's up? It's me, your friend.
Smiles. Oh, wow, they did Blood Moon. Smiles, 2 months rogue. Thank you for the kind words. Do really appreciate it, and glad you like it to stream. Just gonna play this, make a bigger shark. And I think I'll not trade Snapcaster for Elemental yet. If I can't help it. How big is this shark gonna be? An 8/8? 6/6. No, sorry. Final answer 7/7. We have a snow-covered swamp? No, we don't have a snow-covered swamp. We have one more snow-covered island, though. Attack. Do it. We also have plenty of answers to the moon in our deck. For like 6 more answers, I think. Yeah, 3 Gust, 2 Decay, 1 Trophy. We sided out the Cryptics. It's kind of funny we could just easily cast them now. Bro, if they triple block, I'll push that push. If they double block, I'll just push. Have I liked the canister snow / non-snow split? I haven't. So like I understand. Oh, I can't snap push because I don't have 2 black. I understand the logic. However, I think it like also the logic is so that you're supposed to play one of a type of 1 regular island, 3 snow covered island, and then fetch your regular island, and then you are more likely to draw a snow covered island for Field of the Dead purposes. But what I don't like about that logic is that it requires you to fetch an island in the early game every single game, and then when I'm playing Abrupt Decay and Assassin's Trophy, I don't think I'm like super likely to do so. Or as likely as you should be for that split to be worth it, maybe. It's definitely a very narrow thing, and it doesn't really matter a ton, probably. But that's my thought on the matter, at least. I'm supposed to just snap push right now and attack. I mean, how are they beating this shark? I guess they could draw a Gargaroth or a Glorybringer to chump. Cool. We did 4-1, so you guys get your channel points. How I love finally get a yes. We had a bad long streak of no's, and it's good that we had a lot of believers this time too. Let's open the chest too. Believers are rewarded. I always love to reward the believers. We did it! We opened the full set! I can't believe it! Finally! Dude, I've been waiting so long. And it's a foil full set? Dude, I've been saying I'm gonna open chests until I open the full set, and we finally did it. It's been like a year and a half, and it's a foil full set. Oh my gosh, I was not ready for this. Oh, dude, I have not opened one the entire time I've been streaming, which is like a year and a half. So excited. That's gonna be. I might just like finish some modern decks with this. It's a couple $100. It's better to open them and just sell them. I'll